Hey everyone, how you all doing? We're going to be back again. I've had again a few people asking me with regards to force feedback, so I thought I'd go into the settings that I've been using, and again slightly different from what I've seen out there already. But I'm guessing at the end of the day, we're all going to be using settings that are all going to be slightly different to some degree. So again, these are going to be my own settings that I've tweaked how I see the handling. Hopefully, you'll find them of use. Take the details, you know, play around with the settings yourself, find what's comfortable for you, because that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. So, very similar to what everybody else has been doing with regards to the force feedback on this game. So again, go to your Steam folder. There'll be Steam apps, common, Dirt Rally 2, input devices. Then you'll find your device folder or file here. Open that with a notepad. And then when you open that, you'll have this window. Scroll down and you start seeing the list that you have here. And what you want to do is be adding in this line of text. Now, this line of text I'll put into the details below. I'll also be putting it into my Discord, so the information will be there as well for anybody who wants it. Now, the force feedback that you see here, I'll highlight it. So the force feedback setting here, you can leave this part out, so it'll just be this section here that's highlighted. You can leave that out, you can put that in. Ideally anywhere from, I think it's force feedback 5 to 8. I've tried it on 10 and it was just nearly impossible to move. 6 I think is pretty good. There's not a huge difference, to be honest, so 5 or 6, it's really up to you. And then really it's adjusting the game itself. So what we'll do, we'll jump into the game section. So as you can see now, that's the settings that I've got for the game. I've done it slightly differently from what I've seen out there, which is I've kind of balanced it more on the wheel side, and I'll show you the simucube settings shortly. So basically I've put everything up for the, well, the collision is down. So the collision is down to 10. The self-aligning, I've been playing around with that still, because every time I'm doing self-aligning, I do find it varying for me. So I've settled on 50 for now. I did have it lower, but I've settled on 50 and controlling it more than on the wheel side. Wheel friction 30. It might be just me, but I prefer a weighted wheel. Tire friction 30. Suspension, I'm finding that if you have higher suspension, then it does tend to bring through a little bit more detail of the road. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, maybe it's a placebo effect, I really don't know. Settle on 120, so it's really anywhere between 100 and 120, so play around with that. Tire slip engine, they're probably not even working, but I've left them on 150, because if there's an update and I don't realise, at least then when it kicks in, I'll see a difference, or I'll feel a difference, I should say, and hopefully I'll be like, okay, what's going on here, and you know, be like a wake-up call for me. Collisions keep low. If you put the collisions up high, you'll end up tapping something and you'll get this almighty jolt from the wheel, and it just really ruins the experience. So keeping it low around 10 for me. Everything else otherwise is pretty much off on there, so we can scroll through. You know, centering force is off, soft lock is off. I don't think there's anything else really. You know, everything else is pretty much bang on 100%. Then 50 on the wheel for sensitivity. Binding wise, I've got inverse X and X axis on my steering. So what I'll do, we shall nip back and we shall now show the simucube settings. I'll get rid of that. And what do you know, it's decided to lose my screen. You gotta love that. Right, give me a second while I just fix this. Right, so Right, and sorry about that. We're back again because I clicked the wrong button. I ended the stream. So much for doing it live, hey? If there's anybody in chat, I can't see chat, so I do apologize. Anyway, we're back now. We've got the simucube settings, so I'll just run through these quickly. Direct input effects, I've tried them on, tried them off. Preferred it with it off, to be honest. The direct input effects, they're just, it was just a mess. I just couldn't find a right balance. Dampening on the wheel is at 0.50. Play with that again. You can go high if you want, but I wouldn't bother. I'm trying to keep it to a minimum. The Reconstruction Filter I'm leaving on 8. I find that works pretty well to help with the road feel. Torque bandwidth is unlimited. And again, steering range is set to 480. Overall strength, play with this. You know, if you fancy a stronger feel, then put it up to about 45. I probably wouldn't go much higher than 50 myself. I've been playing around with it myself, and this has been set to about 35 and as low as probably about 25. 25 is probably a bit too light. I've been adding weight to the wheel to have a bit more feel around the corners, and I'm finding 30 to 35 seems to be working quite well. So that is basically it. This is, as you can see, my test profile that I've been using. It is an awkward one. I'm pretty much sure that, you know, Codemasters will be working on a fix. Hopefully they'll implement that soon enough. And lo and behold, those settings will probably change yet again. Hopefully, though, it won't be too much to get it working. Anyway, give those a go. If you've got any queries, I would recommend you jump over to my Discord. Everything will be in the details below anyway. Post questions there. You know, if you've got any queries, or if you've got any ideas, or if you've got any feedback, you know, if you think, you know what, this setting may work better, happy to give it a try and, you know, give you what I think. But again, these settings is going to be very much a personal thing. So you take these settings, take the next person's settings, play with them, tweak them slightly, you know, find what works for you. Because, you know, especially with these open sim wheels that we've all got, they're all going to be slightly different in some respect. You know, slightly different board here, maybe a different motor here or whatever. So your settings are going to be different from the next person. So bear that in mind. And hopefully you'll get a nice tidy feel out of that. Well, hopefully, I can just about read chat here because it's there in the corner of my screen. Hopefully you'll have quite a bit of feel. This is the best I found so far for me, because the one big complaint I've had about this game so far is the lack of detail from the road surface. You can just about feel it. Now, I find that if you put the steering torque in-game up to anywhere close to 100%, you're having to lower the overall strength of the wheel down to around 20%. And to me, it still felt pretty dull. To be honest, there isn't a huge difference between, you know, all in-game or all on the wheel. Play around, but I don't know why, but when I was driving with either at max in-game or low in-game, I was preferring lower in-game and doing the rest of the tweaking on the wheel side. So I've kind of thought, right, okay, if I'm preferring lower, will I get slightly more feedback if I have a little bit more strength in-game? So I've settled on 50%, and I think now I'll just be tweaking, you know, the wheel side and using the overall strength there to balance out how it feels. Yeah, by all means, try the settings. There's plenty of other people out there who are putting their settings out there as well. You know, don't settle on one. Try a few of them, I would. But I went through the settings myself, because that's what I did with Dirt Rally. I ended up stopping and thought, right, I'm trying everybody else's settings and I'm still not happy. So I literally just went through each setting one at a time, spent my time working out what did what, how it felt, and how it felt to me, and what I wanted from it. So I'd recommend doing the same. You know, you take these settings by all means, but, you know, go through them one by one and tweak them for what you want. There isn't much to play with at the moment, because if you ask me, the force feedback is broken, but we'll just have to wait and see if they can fix it in a good way, you know? So anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Remember, jump into Discord if you want any more. I'll be putting this into Discord so people can have a look there as well. And yeah, I'll be streaming the Dirt Rally probably shortly because I haven't had a go on it today, so no doubt I will be cracking on with a bit of that. So I'm going to leave that there for now. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.